What's up, my man and Rebo Warriors? Today we are going to break down what happened in week one and look ahead to week two. Now, we're not going to go over the games we got to watch. If you would like to watch them, uh, they are posted. But there's a couple of CPU versus CPU games that we did not cover. Um, we didn't show them. We're trying to get to the season as fast as possible, so we're not going to show every game. And if it's a CPU game and no one's asked to see that game, I'm not going to show it. The Cleveland Browns got one against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Minnesota and the Vikings had a high-scoring game, as we all knew they would. They have really good offenses. The Falcons, Michael Penix Jr. starting, Brian Robinson, Penix Jr., and Algier. They're in the Ravens playbook. They have a creative coach, so they're doing very well. Vikings, Addison, Slayton, they got a pretty good receiving core. JJ McCarthy, but they Vikings just didn't have enough. And then we had the Rams shutting out Tampa Bay, which is insane. But here you go. Blake Corum. I guess Kyron got hurt again, maybe, for the game. Blake Corum got a lot of run there. Another high-scoring game we didn't get to see. Packers getting it done. Josh Jacobs and Marshawn Lloyd running all over the Lions. Why'd the Lions lose? Well, Jared Goff throws too many interceptions. Slow sim or quick sim, it don't matter. The last game we didn't see, I thought this would be a lower scoring game because both teams are kind of geared to being defensive teams. But the rookie, Scotty Miller, the first pick in the draft, 225 yards, 2 touchdowns, and the rushing touchdown for him. Nice rookie debut. Beating the Jags. The question remains, is Trevor Lawrence a bust? So that's the look at what happened in week two. Let's look at the stat leaders. Everyone loves the stats. Bear with me. Patrick Mahomes, the leader in yardage, followed by Joe Burrow, Hurts, Tua, Herbert, Bryce Young. Yes, sir. 5 touchdowns for Mahomes, 5 for Burrow, but he threw the interception. Tua got 4. Interception leaders, Jared Goff, Aaron Rodgers, Dak Prescott, Lamar Jackson. Rushing leaders, usual suspects pretty much here. McCaffrey, Josh Jacobs, Javonte, Kyler Murray, Jonathan Taylor, Mixon, Daniels, and Lamar. Touchdown leaders, that is Ramondre Stevenson. Receiving, Calvin Ridley has the most receptions, followed by a lot of tight ends, but that slot position gets fed in RPOs in the spread playbook. And yardage-wise, Jermaine Burton almost went over 200 yards with 3 touchdowns. If you had him in DraftKings in week one, you won a shit ton of money, as the second-year wide receiver looks to have what might be a breakout season in year 2. Touchdown leaders, Burton and Tyreek Hill, a bunch of guys with 2 touchdowns in week 1. Tackle leaders, solos go to CJ Mosley. 15 solos is insane. Sack leader, Montez Sweat. Interception leaders, Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay both had 2 picks on opening week. So there you go for stats. Let's look at the injuries real quick going into week 2, and then we'll go through the award winners for week 2. I think some guys got snubbed, and then we'll go into the matchups for week 2 and get you out of here. We're trying to keep these podcasts as quick as possible. The rookie for the Bears is hurt already, Jalen Gaffney, so they're already short on the defensive line. Akeem Gaithers is out for the Bengals. Bills lost Cook for 5 weeks. Brandon Jones, 6 weeks for the Broncos. Chargers lost rookie Gabe Fordham. He's a hidden development starter for them. Big loss for the Chiefs. Chris Jones is out. Commanders lost Sam Cosmi. Big loss for them. Cowboys It's not really on the radar there for us. Eagles already lost Nolan Smith for 3 weeks. Falcons, big loss here for 9 weeks. AJ Terrell's out for like half the season. That sucks for them. Evan Neal's out for the Giants. Christian Kirk out for 9 weeks. That's half the season. That hurts the Jaguars. JPJ's out for the Raiders. That hurts. Ravens lost a J-Bo for 3 weeks. Saints lost Eric McCoy for 3 weeks. Big injuries here for the Seahawks. Losing Byron Murphy II for the entire season really hurts. They've dealt with injuries back-to-back years now, big time. Dante Jackson out for almost half this year. Mitch Morse is out for 3 games. And then the Vikings and Titans are clean. All right, let's show you the award winners for Week 1 and the matchups for Week 2. Let's take a look at the players of the week, offensively and defensively. Offensively for the NFC, Kyler the Compiler Murray. Big game for him. 1 passing touchdown, but 2 rushing touchdowns. Going over 130 yards rushing. Darius Slay with the pick 6 and 2 interceptions. Patrick Mahomes, usual suspect here. And then CJ Mosley got Defensive Player of the Week for AFC for 15 tackles and an interception. So those guys will get a little bit of a boost to their awareness if they aren't maxed out already. And then looking at the schedule real quick, coming up for Week 2 and some of the leaders. Now, if you missed that a little too quick, go back and pause. You can see the games here. And then Thursday Night Football kicks off with Miami going to the Jets. The Miami defending Super Bowl champions have back-to-back Thursday night games to start the season. Very odd, but that is Madden. One of the best offenses in the game. First, a pretty solid team. Looking to rebound already from having the first overall pick. They have a new quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is gone. He apparently is in Vegas, but Miami is a machine. Although defensively, they've taken a hit. And then Baltimore travels to Cleveland. We will not see this game, unfortunately. 0-1 Baltimore, 1-0 Cleveland. I'm surprised Cleveland's 1-0. They've taken big cap penalty hits, losing a ton of players. They're going backwards. Baltimore is still Baltimore, even though they've had their own cap issues. They're still a really highly rated team. But give me Baltimore here. And then 2 playoff teams meeting each other in Week 2. Our Cincinnati Bengals travel to Indianapolis against a really good Indianapolis Colts team who were one of the best teams in the AFC last year. Cincinnati somehow survived the 10-7 teams to make the playoffs, but this is Joe Burrow's year. Give me Cincinnati on the road in Indianapolis. And our Chicago Bears, the Super Bowl hopeful Bears, this is their year to make it from the NFC. They are one of the highest rated teams, especially on defense. They look to go to 1-1 on the road in Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is a very, very solid team, 85s across the board. But, I mean, Chicago cannot start 0-2, right? I mean, they're just too good. Caleb Williams, it's his year. In a great playbook. Give me the Bears. And then it's the revenge tour continues for Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. They're home against Detroit. 2 highly rated offenses. Wow, I'm saying defenses. 2 highly rated offenses. The Eagles have the number 1 rated offense. They're in a great playbook. Give me Philly here in what should probably be a decently high scoring game. Yeah, give me the Eagles. And then we have our Commanders home against the Packers. The Packers, another team looking to get back to the playoffs, just like they did in 2023. They're an improving team. They got weapons everywhere. Washington, something was off about them. You know, they were much better with a different quarterback last year, which was Justin Fields. So, I don't know. I'm not feeling great about Washington to start the year. And then another game we're not going to see, the Chiefs And the Raiders, give me the Chiefs. They're not going 0-2. Very odd for Andy Reid to start a season with a loss. He's like won almost every opener, and they have the second best offense rating wise in the NFL. And I look for them to bounce back big here. Give me the Chiefs at home against the Raiders. And then we have the San Francisco 49ers traveling for their second game in a row to start the season at our Carolina Panthers. Panthers improving team. I really like the direction they're in. But I mean, it's Bryce Young. We've yet to see him prove that he can really command an offense. And I don't know, man. If we were going another season, we'd definitely be moving on from Bryce Young. Tennessee Titans, they are now quarterbacked by Justin Fields, and they're home against Houston. Houston, another team on a revenge tour to get back to the playoffs. They are loaded, and they look great. Tennessee, in that spread playbook, really forcing it to the slot wide receiver and the running back. We'll see if they can get it going here, but it's not great start 0-2, so come on, Tennessee, let's go. Atlanta against New Orleans. Atlanta with a great offense. Now quarterback by Michael Penix because Cousins retired. Give me Atlanta here. Just better overall team. Great offense. They got weapons. New Orleans is kind of fading here. I know we have a New Orleans fan. Sorry. Some teams just have to go on down swings and other teams going up swings. Another team in game we won't see, the Minnesota Vikings with an 88 overall offense, great offense, quarterback by J.J. McCarthy, who I actually really like. I think he's going to have a good rookie year in the real NFL against a really improved team with a new quarterback, rookie quarterback, and an 89 overall defense. They made some really big moves this offseason, both in the draft and, of course, in free agency. But give me Pittsburgh at home against a good team. And then our Chargers, there's no way they're starting 0-2. They were the best team in the NFL last year. Now, they've taken a little bit of a hit to their overalls. They have a tough opponent, but they're in the best playbook. They got really good weapons. And, they had a tough opponent against the Bengals in week 1. So I'm going to take the Chargers at home in a bounce back in a close scoring game. Another game we won't see, the Jacksonville Jaguars travel to Seattle. And, Seattle got a nice opponent in week 1 against the Panthers, our Panthers. Jacksonville's a pretty good team. They're improved. I'm going to take Jacksonville here. Both teams will start the season 1-0, so with the Jags. And then, big game here, Dallas versus the Giants. The Giants always seem to have the Cowboys number, especially on the road. I know Cowboys are different at home. They're better at home. They're higher overrated, but they still have lost some talent on their team. And Giants are sneaky. Their playbooks are sneaky, especially on defense. I really like their defense. So give me the Giants on the road, getting the upset question mark. Yeah, I'll take it. Sunday Night Football, our Arizona Cardinals look to go to 2-0 against 1-0 LA Rams. Rams have pretty good defense, but I just think too much firepower with the Arizona Cardinals. Kyler the compiler, just a stat stacker. He's got weapons at the quarterback, the running back, the tight end, the wide receivers. Arizona's so good. Really good offensive line, really good defense. Give me Arizona on Sunday Night Football. And then this week ends with our New England Patriots traveling to Buffalo. Tough spot here for New England, but they got to get a win. We can't start 0-2. We got the Bills in our division. We got the Dolphins in our division. The Jets are improved. I mean, just Drake May, though. What can he do? He's been wildly inconsistent. This team is very defensively balanced. And the defense really needs to step up, because I know that this offense has they're hit or miss. So can the offensive line hold up in protection? That's been a problem, even going back to last year. And just throw out the ratings out the window. But yeah, we always have to massage. excuse me, the offense for the Patriots. So anyway, that's a look at week number 2. Tell me who you're most excited to see. Who do you think is the biggest week? What are your predictions for each game? Let me know in the comments, and we'll see you for Thursday Night Football starting tomorrow.